So, very good morning, my dear students. In today's lecture, we are going to continue from the software engineering concept called design modeling. To be specific, in the previous lecture, we have started with the concept of use case diagram. As a part of understanding use case diagram, we have gone through several important concepts like what are the important notations which are used to prepare the use case diagram. For example, we have gone through the scope, which is nothing but the boundary of the system. Then we have seen the concepts of actor, and then we have seen the association concepts. In addition to that, we have also seen the varieties of association. For example, what is into relationship, what is extent relationship, etc. Today, actually, we are going to take upon a specific example of library management system, and we are going to understand the concept of LMS and how LMS use case diagram can be prepared. So for that, I'm going to share my screen with all of you so that you can go through the slide. Just give me a second. So here it is. Yes, as you can see on the slide, the subject is software engineering, as we have discussed, and the topic is design modeling. In that, these all slides we have already gone through in the previous interaction. Today, we are going to move further and we are going to take an example of LMS. Yes. So friends, first of all, we need to understand LMS is nothing but the library management system. Basically, it is a software which is built to handle primary housekeeping functions of the library. In library management system, to manage asset collection as well as relationship with their members. Library management system help libraries to keep track of the books and their checkouts as well as member subscriptions and profile. The library management systems are also involved maintaining the database for the entire new articles and recording articles that have been borrowed with respective due dates. Now, the very first step in order to prepare use case diagram for ERP is the identification of the several functionalities, which means what are the various functionalities that actors or the users are going to perform in the context of the system. So the very first thing is that the registrations of the user has to be done, right? Then various types of books, various types of articles needs to get added. Not only that, once the details have been added for these concerned articles or books or journals, those needs to be also get updated as well as deleted. And all the members are going to make certain type of inquiry. Also, they are going to check out the article or check in the article. They are going to reserve certain article or they are going to set user permission on that. Then search article has to be there, check article, then prepare library database. All these things are nothing but the various types of functions or the functionalities which users are going to perform in context of LMS. Now, who are the important stakeholders, or I can say who are the important users or the actor of the system? So certainly we can say that the librarian is there, then the members are there, then the guests are there, those who are going to frequently access the entire system. Now we will dig deeper into what kind of functionality or what is exactly the relationship between the functionality and the stakeholders. As I've said that the stakeholders are nothing but the actors, and the functionalities are nothing but what these actors are going to perform in context of the system. So let me take an example of librarian as an actor. So he or she will able to register, add article, update article, delete article, inquiry member, inquiry insurance, sorry, issuance, then check out article, check in article, set user permission. Similarly, the guest can also request for registration, then members will be able to reserve the article, search for the article, check out. Also, in case of some, students are also can be considered as a part of this if we are considering the, library management system of a particular college or of particular, we can say, institute or school. So that is a different aspect altogether. Here, in general, we have considered the LMS. So now moving further, let us see the library management systems, the entire diagram. Now you can, if you can observe closely here, at left hand side of this particular boundary, which is nothing but the scope of the system, we are having one actor titled as librarian. At right hand side, we have denoted a couple of actors, namely guest and the members. Now, if you can observe in the top side, at the top side of this particular rectangular box, the name of the system is to be written. So, which is nothing but our library management system. So, if you are dealing with ERP management system, you have to mention ERP management system. If you are dealing with, railway reservation systems diagram, then you are supposed to mention railway reservation system. Now all these eclipse parabola kind of shapes are nothing but they are denoting the various types of use cases, which is nothing but the various types of functionality which particular user is going to perform in the context of the system. Each user, my dear students, are going to have distinct functionality, or each user can be associated with multiple functionality as well. So that is nothing but here we have seen login, register, manage, member, all these particular different types of functionalities has been mentioned, and particular user who is going to perform which particular functionality that we are supposed to connect, right? So that is nothing but the various types of association. Also at several places you can able to observe extend kind of relationship, or we can say extend kind of association, which you can see that search by title is the functionality is going to be extended to search the article. Likewise search by publication also can be extended. So these are the extend kind of relationships. Now we are going to proceed further. We are going to understand, dear students, like what is various types of use case and what is the usage scenario. So we can say a collection of user scenario that describe the thread of usage of the system, which means all the potential and different sort of uh, functionality or usage probabilities are there from perspective of different types of user has to be accommodated in this case. Each scenario is described from the point of view of an actor. So this is the most important aspect, my dear students, that here we are going to emphasize on our actors who are nothing but the users of our system, and all the scenarios that we are going to describe and we are going to derive, that is from the perspective of actor itself. So we are already in awareness of like what is an actor. It's a person or device that interacts with the software. Each scenario must answer the following question: that who is the primary actor, who is the secondary actor, what preconditions should exist before the story begins, or what are the actor's goals, what are the main tasks of the functions which are to be performed by the actor. So this is something which we have already discussed in our previous lecture. Now moving further, what extensions might be there as a considering the story is described, and there are several other points which if you go through you'll come to know that it is pretty much simple, like what system information will the actor acquire or produce or change, what the actor have to inform the system about the changes in the external environment, what information does the actor desire from the system, what sort of variations in the actors interactions are possible. All these points are there. In addition to that, we are going to have the question which states that does the actor wish to be informed about unexpected changes or not, right? So now proceeding further, what is the exactly the scenarios are. Scenarios are created by user researchers to help communicate with the design team. User scenarios are created by the project product managers to define the requirements prior to a sprint in the agile development. My dear friends, you must be aware with the concept of agile, right? So in the agile development, the entire functionalities are divided into small sprints, right? So here we are going to involve the users for the end users for the particular sprints as well. The scenarios are the stories that captures the goals, motivations and tasks of the persona in a given system. The user stories provide a rapid way of handling customer requirements instead of formal requirement documents. So basically, this is all about the user scenario and the story writing. Now, let us go through one sample login usage scenario and its construct story. So we have to mention what is the feature. So we can say that the feature is nothing but to log in. The scenario is user is going to log in with the valid username and the password. What is the prerequisite? Which means in order to get this particular feature executed, what are the required things prior to that. So we can say, friends, users must have proper client installed on the user terminal. And what are the different story which we can say? Given is that user navigated to the login screen when user enters the correct username, and the user enters the correct password, and the user click login button, then system verify user information, display the dashboard of the user, display the username on the top of the right side, display logout button. So these are nothing but the various types of what we can say uh, story which could take place. So at this point, my dear friends, I would like to conclude this particular session of use case modeling, where we have discussed about what is use case diagram, what is its significance, what are its important notations, then how we can prepare the use case diagram, then what are the various types of usage scenario, and what are the various types of stories. So we will complete this particular session at this point. Thank you so much for connecting.